What is going on, guys? JFC here. The market just continues to keep going down. We've got the new cards. They have been released. Let's check out some of the prices. Let's think about if you guys are in Weekend League or you've just qualified recently. Should we get out of our teams? When should we get out? Is there a time to buy? We'll talk about all of that in this video. Let's have a look at some of these prices. So these prices are pretty darn high, but obviously like they can get upgraded. So it's not like these cards are just gonna stay like this forever. Well, at least some of them might, but most of them are probably not going to. Yeah, they're definitely on the spendier side right now. I think Zambo and Guisa is probably like the best option. Same thing with Terrier. I think Martin Terrier, I don't know how good Ren are in real life. I have no idea. But this card in Liga, and like, it actually looks really good. I think that this this Terrier card, like a decent buy, especially if after this Weekend League rewards come out and he's even lower than this. This is not a bad buy, I'm telling you right now. Yeah, so I don't have much to say about this, mainly because like these cards are going to go lower than this over the weekend. I think there's just no way they don't. We've got the first Weekend League reward supply, which is a giant supply. We've got squad battle supply, and we still have this promo team in packs. So people are going to be spending FIFA points. So I just would stay away from these cards right now, personally. We have possibly an impending crash added on to all of the supply on the way. So I would just stay away right now for the time being. But let's take a look at the market itself, because it is low. We're sitting here before 6 p.m. content today. It was up at 168 to 170. And then literally the second we had 6 p.m. content, it happened again today. It was at 164, and then half an hour later, 154. And about an hour and a half later, we're down like the mid 140s. So it's only going down as of right now. I'm filming this video a little bit sooner than usual. I usually film at about 6 to 8 a.m. UK, and right now I'm filming at like 11 p.m. UK. So what I would not be surprised to see is we might see a tiny bit of a rise going into Saturday, like overnight tonight. So when you're watching this video, probably like you might right now on the market see a rise of just a little bit from where we are here. Like some of these player prices, I mean, you look down here and it's just like, man, people are getting hammered with the prices right now. And I think right now you might be seeing a little bit of a rise on the market, but at the same time, in my opinion, when you see that rise, if you see it, so say you've got, you know, a Memphis Depay and he is 24.75k. He was sitting up before at like 34. If you see this card's like 26, 27, 28k, you immediately need to sell him. And there's a chance that they don't even rebound here, and this panic just continues the rest of the weekend and into next week even. But if you see these cards are up at all, is when you probably need to get out, because I think that it's just a matter of time until the whole crash happens. Yeah, the cards that came back into packs after their ones to watches went out of packs, and now their gold cards came back in. They got absolutely hammered, and I was telling people to sell like their Jesuses. I mean, Jesus was literally 15k yesterday. 18k. He's now 5k. That just shows you that these crashes can happen this fast. I mean, Jesus in one day can lose 72% of his value. Too many lost 77%. So this is why I've just always throw caution out in the wind in these videos that this can happen really, really fast. And this year it's going to happen even faster. Do not hesitate to sell if you see a price you're satisfied with, right? If you think Depay being 25k is actually still fairly high for what like he may be in a week. He might be 12k in a week. His price still isn't bad to get out of him. It really is. If you look at his price range too, his price range is 35k. Realistically, do you want to get caught sitting here holding him saying like, oh, he might go up a couple more thousand coins in 2 days? This card might be half price. You know, you just gotta judge. You just gotta make a judgment call. Selling the Depay for 24k is not bad in my opinion. 85 rated gold card. If you're not playing Weekend League, when are meta cards gonna go at their lowest? When are they gonna go up? I think they're gonna be at their lowest in a little bit yet. They're still not at their lowest at all. My recommendations that I've had in the past few videos is just staying the same. Everything on the market right now just continues to point towards this way, and that is if you can use a cheaper team, like especially now, I mean, like go pop a Jesus in your team instead of whoever is up top for you who's 50k or more, you know what I mean? Just use Jesus for a Weekend League, use Rashford for a Weekend League. For the next week and a half, just have a ton of coins liquid and use a solid meta team that isn't that expensive, and then go and buy back your team when the crash happens, because when the crash happens, you're gonna notice it. You're gonna look on FUTBin here and you're gonna see minus 50% on like all of these rare gold cards. And then at that point, you can start thinking about buying, and I will go over that in the video at that date. So this is an update video to kind of show you guys the market is doing kind of exactly what we thought would happen. Darwin uses 4,000 coins. I told people to get out when he was at 15K. He was at 18K again yesterday. This shows you the prices can drop really, really fast in this game. Zakaria is at 20K. It's the gold crash really is like kind of already, we're just seeing it right now. I mean, it's already happening. And to be honest, seeing these cards, I'm not exactly sure if even when you see this video, you're gonna see a rebound. The panic selling is gonna just happen so fast. As you can see, a market with less people, right? PC 26K, PlayStation and Xbox 20K for Zakaria. There's more than one reason for that, but one of the reasons is just like the panic with this many people on the market. So much panic happens so fast, and the market can just die. Looking at Anthony, who's 43K now. He was sitting yesterday in the 60s. He came back into packs today, went down 20K. He's just gonna continue to go down. The higher end meta, like guys like Vinny, are not going to get hit quite as hard by the crash. Like they already kind of have been hit. Like Vinny was sitting here, like his peak was 289 on Tuesday, but the pre RTTK crash put him at like in the 260s, and now he's at like 240. With these types of cards, they shouldn't get hit quite as hard by the market crash, but at the same time, it doesn't mean they're gonna go up in price either. So if you have Vinny and you think 240K is like, you say you bought him at 240 or something like that, and you're gonna sell at 240, by all means, go for it. We're seeing all the signs of the crash, and in my opinion, any gold card that you can sell for a considerable amount, like a 240K Vinny, is not bad. What they did drop today is this Kulishevsky, and he can get upgraded like 3 or 4 times. Keep in mind, where is he? It's about 158K. It's a decent card. It's nothing too crazy. I did not review him, and the reason being I just didn't have time today. But at the same time, would I recommend doing this card? Not necessarily, and the reason being, we know how Tottenham are in Europe, or it's not, excuse me, not Tottenham. Conte. We know how Antonio Conte is in Europe, and Tottenham just seems to struggle. And Conte's whole career has struggled in Europe, and if this card doesn't get upgraded like twice, he's not going to be worth this price. So if I were you, I just would stay away unless you're like a Tottenham fan. Then in that case, sure. Don't let me tell you otherwise. But if you're just somebody who's trying to figure out what the best SBCs are to do, and you're like a lower budget guy, no FIFA point guy, stay away from this Kulishevsky. I think in summary, just the sentiment continues to be the same. Like if you can buy a budget team like this Zorlot, right? If you want to go for a budget option, like you want a physical striker, just use this guy. He's 11.75K, discards for 10K. You can't possibly lose coins on him. It's literally impossible. It just doesn't hurt to use a guy like that instead of, you know, an Nkunku, who of course are not the same type of player, but it's like, you know, a 143K guy you're going to use up top, or a Cam. This card's going to crash eventually. It's just going to happen. It already has gone down. You know, he was at 160 at his peak. Don't get me wrong, it's a good card, but it's just going to crash. It's just going to happen. Okay, like if you have Ronaldo for 500K, like there's so many strikers who are going to do what Ronaldo does for nowhere near the price, and just wait out the crash. Wait out the crash. That's what I've been saying for the past few videos. Let's just wait it out together. That's what I'm doing. That's what I think you guys should do too. So if you guys enjoyed the video, please give it a big old slap on the subscribe button. Content coming on the way every day on the channel. I love all of you guys. I'll catch you in the next video tomorrow. Peace.